channel, yes it did, to do a show that's nostalgic for the 2000s kid. Now he's got new subscribers and Car Tuesday's getting big. It's Drewz Viewz, Drewz Viewz. Now if you tune in, you might be in for a big surprise. He doesn't get excited and his humor is real dry, but he pays close attention and he tries to analyze. Drewz Viewz, Drewz Viewz. So scroll to the description and hit play. Copyright claims try to hide his vids away, but he'll never stop cause the Ben fans say that he's the baddest reactor to ever make their day. Drewz Viewz, to the true, Drewz Viewz, to the true, to the true, to the true. Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Car Tuesday, reacting to cartoons on Tuesday, and today doing Ben 10 Alien Force Season 1, Episode 5 I'm up to now. All that glitters. All that glitters is gold. Typically how that finishes, I think. Or is that just the song All-Star? Anyway, last time on we had a Kevin episode. It was Kevin's big score. We met his old friend Arj, and who's like a rat possum guy. Actually, like he had like a rat tail, but he was more of like a porcupine because he was shooting spikes. He was double crossing. There was double crosses all over. They set it up for Kevin to look like he was back to his bad ways, but then he was doing it for Ben and Gwen, for the plumbers, getting the thing with Grandpa on it, another thing similar to what Ben found in the first episode of the season in the RV. Basically a hologram with a message from Grandpa Max telling Ben to look out for more, or get a team basically with more of kids of plumbers, like the guy we met the other episode. So I think this episode will be rolling into that, search for that, because this series, as I've been talking about, is a lot more linear. It's a lot more following one story here, and Kevin was willing to kind of sacrifice himself for this too, it seemed like, because we also met. So I was wrong about a couple things in this episode. By the way, also, I'm not going to go into the comments this time. I was informed that there are spoilers in the comments, which is unfortunate. I read some comments, but enough to get a gist of things, what people are saying about the last episode. But yeah, I'm not going to read too much through all there anymore if there's actual spoilers in there. So please, if something hasn't happened on the show yet, just don't talk about it in the comments. It's really all I could say. Because I do love reading them and stuff, and I want to bring that conversation in, but can't do it if it's going to be if there's going to be spoilers in there. Anyway, I did get the sense that people were saying that the guy, what's his name here, Vulcanus, is not the guy I was thinking it was from. I thought it was the guy from the Ben 10 original series episode where Kevin and Ben are in space and they have to work together, where they got enslaved. Basically, that episode, I thought it was that guy, but I guess it was just another one of his species. Which I guess also the species, are they all like small, like we found out this guy was last time? That was a funny part where Ben as a cool Big Chill, which is a cool new alien too. Ben as Big Chill kind of froze his armor up and shattered it, and there was just a little guy in there with a regular head. So that was funny, but yeah, it wasn't that guy apparently. And I was also apparently wrong about what Vulcanus was wanting from Kevin was this rare crystal. I thought he was pulling it out of him as like part of his diamond head, since Kevin's all of the original Omnitrix aliens as part of them, I thought. And then using his own power, I was assuming that's what was going on. That's like the strongest gem power or whatever it is, crystal thing. But no, it's not. Apparently it's just a different thing. I don't know how Kevin has it then, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense. It wouldn't be as rare if there were all those guys that have it, and he would bet himself and all that. So, I mean, they did make it look very similar to the Diamond Head material. So, I don't know, they could have made a different color, a little different color or something. Anyway, there's a little freaky scene where Kevin's getting frozen into that and then pulled all that stuff out with the rock face. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I think this episode will be focused on finding more of these kids. I'm not sure what all that glitters means is going to be. All that glitters is not gold sort of thing, or, you know, they'll get fooled by someone or something thinking it's something they're not. That could be. Only one way to find out is to watch the damn episode. Let's do it. So it's a very interesting episode here, and could certainly be considered timely for the current era. You know, it was about a male predator essentially preying on women, or young women, or girls in this case, teenage girls. I guess he's a teenager too, but a lot of things you could take as metaphor, and that, especially like getting the power, losing the power at the end, the power, like that's all he cares about. So I don't know if this type of Ben 10's like the best at handling that type of topic, but and maybe they weren't looking at the writers weren't looking at it in that specific of a lens, but yeah, clearly somewhat. This is from the mid 2000s, so even the thing about like a guy has to ask the girl out or whatever is supposed to, and that's what they want, could be considered a little dated or whatever. Interesting. So I mean, it was pretty predictable what was going to happen there. And then yeah, with Ben, really, they addressed it at the end, in like the last minute of the episode, with Ben apologizing and stuff. But he was being pretty dense in this one. I guess I was gonna say before I even explained it at the end, which was basically what I was gonna say. Like, he was too focused on the mission. I guess he too focused on what Grandpa told him and having to get all these plumbers' kids on their side. But obviously Kevin is completely correct that you can't just trust someone right away. You gotta look into their background a little bit or get to know them. So I guess in this case it means breaking into their house, but not that they learned anything there anyways from the girl coming up. But yeah, but with the Gwen and Kevin stuff, it is a little, I mean, clearly they've been going for this all season, and I said my thoughts on it already a little bit in the past couple of reactions about how it's a little out of nowhere. Or I do get it. It's believable to an extent, but I kind of wish they would have set it up a little different, like having something, even with like the last episode, she was already trusting Kevin right away, and we saw it was the right thing to do, but I almost feel like they could have set up the beginning of the season a little differently, maybe. Had her still being against Kevin a little bit at first, but seeing some good things about him, and then like getting turned around on it when she sees she can trust him as well, or he does something. So I don't know. And then this one, they kind of forced a little bit too with the asking out thing to set up the main storyline. But yeah, so I guess, are they just going to start being a couple by the end of the season? It seems like that's where we're headed. I don't know, they're supposed to go on a date in between doing the missions, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what she was going to do with the Morningstar guy. Yeah, so, and then on the alien front, we got Humongosaur back, we got Jet Ray back very briefly, and we got a new one. I'll need to check my comments for what this alien was. I couldn't quite hear. He's a conductor of electricity, which could come in handy, certainly. So let me know in the comments, and don't spoil things though, so I can actually go in there and read and get all the info. Just want the name. Yeah, so I think that's 5 new ones on the season so far. I believe, no, maybe even 6. I think 6. Let me know that too. But yeah, and then, well, they destroyed his plumber's badge, but we saw in the thing there's a lot more out there on the map, and we did get a little information about that. You can use them to communicate. He told Kevin, or he told them that, which they didn't know. So I guess they could try to figure out how to do that, and maybe they see on the map where they can go to try to find someone, but maybe communicating first a little bit somehow would be smarter even. But yeah, I would assume next episode they'll continue on that way as well. Yeah, so little bit of a mixed episode for me. Like I said, a little predictable. I do like the theme of what they're trying to do with showing the predator and how to look out for that and everything. But, you know, I'm still liking the season a lot here. Excited to see where the Plumber's Kid storyline goes here and what other new aliens we'll get and everything like that. So, do join me back for episode 6 of season 1 Alien Force here next Car Tuesday. Do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Comment like I've been saying. And until next time, I'll be up out of here. Peace.
Later.